Well, you know what they say. When the feces finally hits the fan, the sound is marine. And that seems like what's going to be going down in Afghanistan, where things are going from not all that good to begin with to a whole lot worse. There is apparently a town in the Kandahar district down in the southeast that is still in rebel hands 3 weeks after they took it. There are 35 NATO casualties, NATO forces killed in the last 5 weeks. There are 19,000 troopers being committed to this, mostly NATO. The U.S. is standing by with a lot of the same troops that we had hoped to rotate out of there when NATO took control, but the situation now has gotten to the point where the NATO commanding general has requested emergency resupply and reinforcements. He wants a squadron of Hilo gunships and some C-130s to transport troops. There is now report of a serious attack against both American forces near the American embassy in Kabul and a NATO convoy in the northeast, which is the Opium territories, and is usually pretty quiet about this time of year because it's harvest time. Means that the Taliban is apparently resurgent and maybe taking territory that they can control. Another month or so, when winter begins to set in over there, is the end of the war season, and we'll see who's holding what when it comes down. NASA is getting ready to launch at 20 minutes to 9 our time this morning, but the Atlantis has a problem. One of a number of redundant fuel sensors in the big tank is not operating properly or is not testing properly. So they have a choice to either let the thing fly with this particular, it's not what you would call a first-line active sensor, and if they fly, they can almost certainly fly without it. On the other hand, they are caught in that situation where if they don't do that, and they decide to pull it back off and drain the fuel tank in order to check the sensors, A, it may screw up other sensors, and B, it will certainly put them over into late October before they can launch. The Atlantis mission, taking a 17-ton component up to the space station for installation, making it a lot bigger and a lot roomier and a lot more stuff you can do. Well, folks, we're safe. America will not, if the Senate goes along with the House, continue in the export of horse meat for human consumption to Belgium, France, and other northern European countries who've been eating horse for centuries. Otherwise, they'd be up to here in horses. The House passed their thing. They spent the whole day debating the question, pretty much. They did some other stuff, too. The House also passed, what was it that they sent off? The Senate passed some legislation yesterday. They put $100 million in the defense budget to restore the bin-Laden unit in the CIA that has recently been dropped by the Bush administration. They also are going to spend $700 million on attempting to suppress the opium crop, which is a new record in Afghanistan this year. Meanwhile, in our own hemisphere, Chile and China have just inked a trade agreement and are talking about services and development spending as well. China moving into South America big time with development agreements in Bolivia and Venezuela. It looks like we're going to lose South America while we're diddling around in the deserts of the Middle East. And that's enough news for now. I'm Travis T. Hipp on a Pig on a Radio on a Friday. Stay tuned.